Hey friends, it's Missy again. Thanks for joining me today. I'm back with a new layout for the Precious Remembrance shop, and I've got two stamp sets chosen for my layout today. This is the Happy Art stamp set. It's one of my favorites, and the New Day stamp set. And I'm going to combine these two stamp sets to create my page. And I'm also going to be using some new products that I'm going to show you here in just a second. I'm going to use this scribbly stamp. It's one of my favorites of all time, and I'm going to use these two pictures today. They're actually quite old, of both my daughters. We're about to go for a four-wheeler ride, and it's messy and muddy, and so I want to create sort of a messy, muddy-ish type layout using that messy stamp. Now, these are some new stickers that are available in the shop, and as you can see, they are geared towards planning. But they're also good for cards, they're good for layouts. I'm going to make it work on a layout. You know me, I like the challenge of taking pretty much anything and making it work on a layout. There's also some new sets of die cuts in this store, and these are, they coordinate with the Journey stamp set, and there are a ton of them. You can use these for planners as well as cards. I'm going to make them work on my layout. And so I was inspired by the pink color, and then I was also inspired by my photos, which are sort of outdoor dirty type photos because we're about to go riding four-wheelers in the mud. So I pulled out some brown, and I don't use brown ink a lot, especially on my backgrounds like this, but I pulled out 3 different distress inks of different shades of brown, and I'm using some of the Marshmallow Basil cardstock here, so it's pretty thick. It's also smooth. And I'm just creating some dirt on my background, I guess you could say. I'm also using some Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine because I feel like the gold is going to be a really pretty accent to what I'm doing here. So my first thought was just to create a dirty background to go with my little dirty pictures. And so it's different shades of brown. And then I thought, well, since I've got pink on these die cuts, and you know, my girls are girls, I thought, well, you know, let's add a little bit of girly pink on this page. And when I mixed the pink with these browns and golds, it kind of just reminded me of that new rose, well, it's not new, but the rose gold color that's so popular in a lot of collections. And I thought it actually kind of went well together. It's totally different than, you know, my normal color scheme, but it goes with what I'm trying to do here. And I like how it looks. I like the pink mixed with the browns and the golds. And I just kind of keep going back and forth. I splatter, I spray right onto the page, I use the plastic just to create some messy splotches. Now this is a Shimmers paint. It's called Treasured Hem, and it's very, it's more of a dark shimmery brown. Now I got that dry. I didn't use any gesso or anything because I wanted my stamp to stamp really clearly on this cardstock, and it actually works really well on top of all of this watercolor. So I'm going to take one of my distress ink pads again, one of the darker brown colors, and start to stamp right onto the background using that scribbly stamp. I love that stamp. It's just so chaotic and scribbly and messy, and it's perfect for my daughters and their personality, and it's also perfect for my theme here of, you know, outdoor and messy and mud and dirt. So I'm just going to keep working with it here and just stamp it around to where you can see it on top of the watercolor, but you can also see it peeking out from behind the pictures. And this is a lot of fun just to create your own background using stamps or using mixed media products. You know you're going to get something unique, and you're going to get something custom to your pictures, and you're going to be able to make it the way you want it. So I kept stamping, and I've got my messy background there, and it definitely looks like a mud puddle, but with some pink mixed in. Now this kind of smudged my distress ink here when I added the water, because distress inks do react with water. That's not a permanent ink, and I was okay with that because, you know, I want this to look kind of messy and muddy. And I think I have achieved that. So now I'm going to start to work on embellishing. I've got pretty much all of the background finished, and it looks like a hot mess without the pictures, but once I add everything onto it, it changes, and you kind of get the idea of what I was going for here. So I'm going to cut out the stickers before I peel them so I can kind of play around with the placement and see where I want them to go. I'm going to use that banner that says Weekend on it. That's going to serve as my title. And what I did for my embellishments here, I have a little dollar store container on my desk that basically has all of my crate paper die cuts. Because if you've ever bought a crate paper collection, especially Maggie Holmes, you know it's going to come with a giant ephemera pack and probably a giant vellum ephemera pack. And so I've got all of that stuff pretty much from several collections stuck in a container. And so I went through it and I basically picked out everything that was light pink or had some gold on it. And you can see I've got some hearts there and some frames. I'm just going to stick those in and use them. I'm also going to pull in the stickers. I'm going to use some of the planner stickers at the top and the bottom. You can see it's kind of like an ombre, darker pink to light pink with white dots on it. And then the Enjoy sticker and the Today sticker. And I love that you could use these on layouts, planners, cards. You know, you can make it work for whatever. There are no rules. If it works, go for it. That's my motto. And I like doing this type of layout to where I just kind of pick random bits from here and there. You know, I just went through my die cut container and picked out some things. And you don't even really need pattern paper. I didn't use any pattern paper on this at all. Now I'm going to stick that sticker onto some white cardstock and cut it out so I can basically use it as a die cut. And it makes it a little more sturdy, and it's not just a completely, you know, flimsy paper sticker, especially since I'm going to stick it on top of my pictures. I want it to be in exactly the right spot, because once you stick something on a picture, it's almost impossible to get it off. And I love the gold. I'm glad I decided to add the gold. I think it's really pretty and how it complements the pink. So off camera, I decided to do some stitching, and this is with metallic gold thread. I stitched through some of the pieces on the photos. I did a big, nice, messy square around the perimeter. I did it on top of the Enjoy and the Today stickers and on those little arrows pointing to the word happy. And now I'm going to start to glue things down. I'm going to glue down all of these vellum ephemera pieces and then get the photos kind of stacked and a little bit crooked. I don't want them perfectly straight. I'm going to use this really cute camera die cut, and again that comes from the Journey Bits and Pieces ephemera die cut pack. There's 72 pieces in this one set, and I believe there are several different couple different ones. So if you check the website, you'll be able to see all of them. This is just some baby pink thread, or a pink color that's going to match that soft pink, and just add a little bit to the left and the right area. And I like how this is turning out. It's messy and dirty, but it's also kind of girly because of the pink. Now here's where I'm going to use the other stamp set. I'm going to use this piece here from the New Day set, and it says "Life is a Beautiful Ride." And I thought that was perfect since we're about to go for a four-wheeler ride. And I'm just stamping that directly onto the background in a brown ink. And then one of the last things I'm going to do is come in with my ruler and add a couple of lines of journaling. And I believe that's going to wrap it up. This came together pretty quickly. Definitely check out Precious Remembrance Shop. Look at all the stamps. They're high quality. They are wonderful stamps. And the new stickers and the new die cuts that coordinate with them. There's my final layout. I think this turned out pretty cute. I like how it looks. I love the color schemes, a little bit different than I normally do. And that's what's fun about creating a layout from scratch and being inspired by the products and inspired by the pictures, is you surprise yourself and you can come up with new color schemes that you didn't even realize that you liked until you try to do it. So I hope you check this out. Give the stamps a look and the new products. Let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all in the next video. Hope you have a great day.